Yo, 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 what's going on in the hood? How's everybody doing? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Hey, I want to take a second and talk to you about a little a trade that we did today. And it's actually kind of interesting. So I had like a really good day lined up here. I made $1,000 on this JDST, 600 bucks on this TIF. That TIF setup was straight out of yesterday's webinar. Guys, those 700 people that showed up in that webinar yesterday, and we talked about this exact same setup on how to play this kind of late day fizzle. Hopefully some of you guys caught that. That is a big part of what we do, is playing these earnings, gap down, shorts. That late day VWAP Fizzle is my bread and butter for getting out of stocks, getting short stocks. And so, how we did this thing, is this tip, it came all the way back down on earnings. And so how these earnings plays have been working, especially on the retail side, is they gap down, they fiddle around at the open, and we actually took a trade at the open and caught a little bit of this move. But then what happens is once the open is over, your midday move, so there's 3 stages to the trading day. You got your open, your midday, and then your close. So in the midday portion, once that kind of first half hour is finished, you always get this kind of short squeeze. You get the squeeze that comes in on these stocks. And so what happens is you got to let this squeeze fizzle out. At some point, this squeeze is going to fizzle out, and you're going to start to make a rounding pattern or lower highs, and that gives you the signal to either look short or wait till it breaks under the VWAP. So this thing squeezed up, and I'm not going to just short this blindly. What I'm doing is I let this thing come down, and then it pops into your 20 EMA, into a bear flag, and makes a lower high. Now I'm adding short here. And then as it cracks, I add some more. And then as it based here, I added a little bit more. And this is not huge, guys. Couple of hundred shares, couple hundred shares more, couple hundred shares more. I took this thing into about 600 shares, and then of course I'm covering along the way too, right? So I'm scaling out as it's moving down, and then essentially once it breaks under the VWAP, that's your VWAP Fizzle, right? That's your VWAP Fizzle, where now you've broken under the VWAP, and if it's coming into the afternoon and you do that, there's a good shot that it's going to fizzle into the close. And that's kind of what it did over here, is it kind of fizzled right down into the 84.80s. I covered all mine at 85.10s, 85.20s as I had things to do. I'm trying to catch the meat of the move, but a very, very simple setup in terms of just waiting for that short squeeze to go and then waiting for the fizzle, and you can take these things down. We've been taking this type of trade in the retail sector every day. I've been looking for earnings using trade ideas for stocks that are missing earnings, that have clean daily charts, that gap down, and then also fit the volume profile of what I need in terms of what I think would be a good mover. I measure the float, the history of that stock making big moves, and then I separate my day into 3 components. The open, which requires an opening range breakout or breakdown setup. Your midday is your retracement. And then end of day, we're looking for that damn fizzle. So guys, I'm really glad you guys came into the webinar yesterday. As you know, we're starting bootcamp class May 30th. A lot of you guys are already coming into class. As you know, I do an intense 60-day bootcamp. It's live, it's via webinar, you have lifetime access. You're allowed to retake class as many times as you want. And it's just pretty damn cool. I've had a lot of amazing traders come through the way, and I'm constantly adding into class, so it's something that you having lifetime access, you get to grow into your career. But as you're growing, so am I. I'm always making changes to classes. I'm making updates and what we're doing, what we're seeing. Recently we started trading Bitcoins and futures, and hopefully over time I'll be able to incorporate some of the new things that I'm learning on this stuff. But pretty cool. I've had a nice steady run in the markets the last few days, really consistently, just 1,000, 1,500, 1,800, kind of in that sweet spot. And I'll keep making videos. I think you guys are in for a treat in the next coming weeks. The market's really been heating up. Feel free to leave any comments. I love hearing from you guys. If any of you guys have any questions, you can always email me, right? Or call me, whatever. You go on the bullsonwallstreet.com. There's a live chat there. They'll give you my email or my contact info. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Take care and have a good night. Peace.